Fundraising for nonprofits and social impact projects just continues to evolve for 2022. So in this video, I'm going to share several of the best nonprofit fundraising ideas that I've seen recently. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Amber Melanie Smith. I am a nonprofit founder and executive director who's done a bit of fundraising over my time in the nonprofit world, and I make these videos here on YouTube for folks starting out in nonprofits, doing fundraising, doing social impact projects, and more. I hope that you find this video helpful. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you happen to be looking for more training and support on developing a fundraising plan or starting a nonprofit, check out my website, foundertofulltime.com. The world is sadly not completely out of the COVID-19 pandemic, but people are craving human connection like never before. According to a recent report by fundraising platform rallyup.com, 61% of respondents in a survey that they conducted noted that despite the rise of virtual events during the COVID-19 pandemic, in-person fundraising events were still the biggest fundraisers for nonprofit organizations. All that is to say, the pandemic has caused nonprofits and fundraising efforts to get more creative, and despite the rise of virtual events, people are clearly needing that human connection that can typically come with in-person events. So as a result, we might see more hybrid opportunities, hybrid events and fundraising initiatives into the future. And a lot of the ideas that I'm going to share have that in mind. So with that context out of the way, let's get into 8 of the best fundraising ideas for 2022. Idea number 1 is one of my favorites. It is sleep in for a cause, and it is literally what it sounds like. For this idea, instead of inviting your supporters to come participate in a 5K or some other type of event, you're literally asking them to, nope, don't come. Instead, you sleep in and just donate the amount of money that you would have donated if you would have participated in another type of event. I think this idea is fun, it's creative, and it really speaks to that inner voice in everyone's head right now saying, please let me rest. If you want to add a fun twist, you can consider asking your sleep in for a cause participants to do something like take a fun photo of themselves in their silly pajamas, or reading their favorite book in bed, or enjoying a nice, delicious cup of tea while they rest, and use some kind of event hashtag. Idea number 2 is to host a movie or documentary online viewing party. So what I like about this idea is that people are already doing this. They're already gathering in groups and participating in online chats while watching something through platforms like Netflix's Teleparty or various platforms that can help groups sync YouTube videos or even online meeting software. So why not turn it into a fundraising opportunity? To do this one, first you want to pick out a movie or show or documentary that has something to do with your cause, something related to the mission of your cause. Then you're going to set up a simple registration page for the people you want to invite to participate. They can either purchase a ticket or make a donation of whatever amount that they want in order to participate in the online viewing party. Then of course you want to communicate the logistics, the date, the time, how to log in to participate, all that to your registrants. Might also be a good idea to choose a moderator to keep an eye on the conversation and maybe inspire people to discuss certain aspects that are related to your mission. And I think this is a cool one because it allows you to raise a little bit of money while also, though, educating people on something related to your cause. So you get a little bit more emotional buy-in while you are fundraising. The third fundraising idea for 2022 is curbside donation drives. This is where you invite people to drive through a space, a parking lot, and drop off needed items, supplies, or even cash donations for your organization, and you can add different elements to give it a fun twist. People, of course, can always donate online, but if they're going to be coming through with item drop-offs anyways, you can, of course, give them the opportunity to add a cash donation. By fun twist, I'm talking about combining some elements of other types of drive-through fundraisers, like adding fun photo stations for people to take selfies at while they hop out of the car and then jump back in the car, or getting a special treat at the end of the line, just something fun to add an extra incentive for folks to come on out in their cars for the drive-through drop-off or fundraiser. To do this type of fundraiser, you'll of course need some kind of decently sized parking lot that people can drive through and permission to use said parking lot. You'll need to create a wish list of the types of donations or items you are hoping people will drop off. And then of course, you need to set up some mechanism for people to make donations of money also. So an online donation page or a way to donate through their phones or by text. The fourth idea is local business gift card team-ups or passports. This is one of those fundraising ideas that can give supporters a bit of flexibility, because what they are going to get out of this fundraising event or program is a gift card that they can use at local businesses whenever and however they need to. For this idea, the goal is to team up with local businesses in your area and convince them to sell you their gift cards at a lower than market value, then resell them at market value and keep the net proceeds for your cause. The businesses, of course, love the extra business and attention, and your nonprofit has a built-in way to raise a little bit of extra money. And you can also do this by teaming up with multiple businesses and create a sort of combined gift card or passport situation where one gift card can be used at multiple local businesses. This idea would probably also generate a decent amount of buzz around the community because of how many participants are participating, and the small businesses themselves would have an incentive to promote it as well. The fifth idea is for an in-person but possibly socially distanced event, and that is swap for a cause. The premise is pretty simple. You are inviting people in your community and your supporters to come bring items they no longer want, to swap those items out with items that other people are bringing that they no longer want. So like a swap meet. But it becomes a way to raise money through a couple of different mechanisms. You can possibly charge a registration fee to participate. You can ask for donations at the door, or you can also ask people to donate a certain amount of money to participate even if they don't have any items to swap out. What I like about this idea is two things. One, it's pretty simple, and I don't think it would take that long to organize something like this. You would need a decent sized space, like maybe a warehouse, possibly some tables, and maybe some decorations for fun, but that's really it. And the second reason I like this idea is that a lot of folks are looking for opportunities to minimize and simplify their lives right now, and you can help them do that through an event like this. The sixth fundraising idea for 2022 is recurring donations, or a donor subscription program. You know, this is something that a lot of successful nonprofits are already doing, and there are so many different ways you can make it interesting and make people feel really excited about participating. But think of what NPR does. You know, you pay a certain amount, or not pay, you make a donation of a certain amount every month. You can have it automatically withdraw out of your bank account, and then you become a member of this nonprofit's subscription program. Sometimes you'll get cool things in the mail, like a coffee mug or a coloring page or something to thank you and acknowledge your participation, but it allows you to feel like you're kind of included behind the scenes, while also contributing consistently to a cause that you care about. If this concept is kind of new to you, think of it as like a Patreon for your nonprofit. It's a way of cultivating a community and receiving their support on a consistent basis that you know you can count on for your cause, and giving them just small tokens of your appreciation as donors to this program. And the idea is that you don't want to spend too much time or money on the actual perks that you send out. You want to make sure it has a good return on investment. And also there's really fascinating donor psychology research out there that talks about how donors actually become disincentivized to donate if they think they're getting something too valuable or too expensive in return. They want to feel like they're being altruistic and generous by making a donation. And so if you give them something too big, they're like, well, wait, I wasn't asking for that. So just keep that in mind as you develop what perks you would offer for a program like this. The seventh idea is fun, and it is a virtual mystery event. So most people have heard of a murder mystery dinner. This is a take on that you can do virtually. And it doesn't have to be murder, it can be any mystery that you want your guests to solve. So for this, guests are invited to participate through an online meeting platform like Zoom, for example, and are receiving clues that they can discuss together in breakout rooms or as a group to try to solve the mystery. You can even use text messages to your participants to add another layer of suspense and intrigue. To host one of these types of fundraisers, you can partner with a business that already offers these sort of online murder mystery packages and work out a deal with them to make it a fundraiser for your cause, or you can try to put together your own mystery experience. Funds are raised through registrations and ticket purchases for the event, and you can even amp up the fundraising by offering clues in exchange for a donation. To do this, you will of course need some kind of online platform or mechanism to host the event. You will need to have your guest registration list, and you'll need an entertaining and very dramatic MC to keep things interesting. And the eighth idea that I'm going to share today is for you to lead a workshop, this can be virtual or in person, on a topic related to your nonprofit's mission. The idea is that you can host this learning workshop or opportunity for either individuals in your community or even teams of employees at local businesses. The key here is that companies are always looking for interesting team building activities for their employees. And so offering them an opportunity to have a fully guided and completely packaged experience that you have put together for them, that they don't have to do any work for, and they also get to receive education about an interesting cause or topic in the community, it's going to have a good value proposition for these businesses. For example, let's say you have a food bank or food pantry nonprofit. An example of a workshop you might offer is how to cook with healthy ingredients, something related to food or the food pantry. Or say you have an animal rescue nonprofit, perhaps a workshop on tips and tricks to train your new dog. The list goes on and on. Okay, what did you think? Are you considering one of these ideas or another idea for 2022? I'd love to hear what you're working on, what's on your mind. Share in the comments below. As I alluded to earlier, if you're starting a nonprofit or working on developing a sustainable fundraising plan, check out my website, foundertofulltime.com, for some trainings and resources for folks in that position. And if you're looking for some free resources on nonprofit leadership and making an impact in the community, I have a super cool newsletter that I send out about once a month, sometimes a little bit more often, and you can subscribe to that. The link to do that is below. You can of course opt out anytime. Finally, I have a group on Facebook called Change the World or Bust. We've got, I want to say 2,500 or some number of people from around the world in there now who are all interested and excited about making an impact in the world in their own unique ways, of course. Come on by and join us. You are welcome to come be a part of our Changemaker community, and I hope to see you there. Once again, my name is Amber Melanie Smith, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.